touches the eastern sky as I'm standing on this reservation road. Been looking forward to this day when I would walk this road. This road takes me back to my baby's house. Reservation road, take me home, carry me onward, back to her. Reservation road.
Yat shikedos ne arojada okisigi horia denebananda Dr. Boo Nygren. I dan nana hedona kigone yoskal khar shida honotlonigido denebe ke bakao ke da not enigido sashi tlo de hada okisigi sashi ton and the salat so den notlendo kharishi yat don jonon heda khegi her gedini del horia denebananda Dr. Boo Nygren hojet the mo do teaching Gonne hada okisigi yo bohne tlon horo hanen kicheneshi hore sebagan holzando hanen kicheshli horoshi ha hodoljish. Upcoming holidays and appreciation days. Happy New Year. As we welcome the new year, let's walk in beauty and harmony with each other. Dishe hojet nana khaygi bin na chajo hat nenegi pikaho deni khahin jono khenado kho no hodo nan kenshin hodon kitchen wishladen kamanna hastanchi yego tad nil zendobin na chikit khayada hot eto belkeda not enigishi khadeshi keda not enigi masanado shedon kenaledon kitsoke that enigi hajo chiyada kedo bini nachi not enet and ketzilo be nasko katolik arosto nke masanadon ketchedo has twido sani nastas lingi benan kin da holonigi yat eho that nil zendo bin nach eta huil aho e be nasko yi ka e hoto hajo holgegido hajo tansi keston jono nasko ne yi katolik anegi eshibe nana khedo nana khejishin yego yat eho na de ni katolik. Local announcements. Missing Navajo people reports in the Navajo Police Department this week from the Crown Point Police District. 33-year-old Leticia Candice Desarito is still missing. She was last seen Thursday, July 3rd in Crown Point, New Mexico. She's 5 foot 2 inches tall, 150 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. If you have any information, please call the Crown Point Police Department at 928-697-5600. Dishe hojot de nehbeta ho ya twido sani hanenigi det asani non khati do ba khab nahe Leticia Candice Desarito ya ati behoya le July 3rd and that day ilsan at Crown Point, New Mexico. She is 5 foot 2 inches tall, 150 pounds. Athad nezetin do ba shlatin tahedet lo arba nai de betlejen do btsi ehlegen is toze salab khaz anigi ar shida hotos ne khode nagado khode tsay ilsan Nenigi Hanetne Holno 928-697-5600 Dole. Found Navajo people Lucas Speck and Novali Phoebe Nelson have been located and are safe. Tony Mandan has been located. Dishe hojo de nehada but nestran do banda house in Nenigi Ishe Lucas Speck do Noval Phoebe Nelson do Tony Mandan was ya Ishe banda house in hoto eta chegi do eta horigi sashin salada but the house now banda house nigi a hehen kedini hoto yat eho khan de chahe yopa honene do skin hoto do hote. A few of the week's accomplishments. We joined the Department of Emergency Management to deliver wood to elders in need. Dishe hojo na nishan sagi sonada liagi Department of Emergency Management holia hojo shillas anigi late sin class kete jato astuido sani yego nastas lingi bakado wala no jodiga da se aho yonda yego naldo kasto nichkil na hodo letig bin nachi dishe masanado chain le asaho na haztra balchin da dendo hede bakado walinde atten khait ola khayda shikado walta nanigi sashi sebedin do ba Goda DJ Mapinda yet Dawson Ado no watch Dido Han Etnehada A Digi a Masanadoche Crystal Do Sawmill the Quigo Shike that had any ashon she's la baby Kai J Dishe Hoto Jono Department of Emergency Management do CHRs hat nenigi do Katnas Libitan das anigi echo that enigi besbada hosen die Balchene da den do Hede Bacado, Losigi at den Nastas Lingi, Dita the Scasig bin as so da Chish de Baca or what yat Italy. No, Binda Bacai Geo, Hoto, Eshi, Hahoda, Shida, a hunst o Kehesh and the son of she, late Katnas, Libet the has Anigido, Sieg Ard, Aro DEM Ida, Hanebchi Hota, do Sito, the Aho Yanda, the Arches Holunda, the shade art ended in what Obacai, Jane, Dobinis, and the Eshi do hot o do Hago now do Matsanado che Asahan has Tanigi, Hoto, a Binda Bacai, Jedo, Bestan Johnny, a hair do need Asho, the never Washington, Henad ni no, Hoto, Binayat, a Bedini do, on the Ranjida, Biscuit in the house of snap. This week I signed an interagency agreement with Council Speaker Curley aimed to decrease red tape when spending FRF funding. Die Hodonle, Kais Kandanle, not so Shijip Kaish Lado, Besmas Anyanan, Tahagida, Trapezi Yila, Die Hodo, Le Washington, Kana Hayendan Kitche, Beso, you, La Dinas, Negibin Nature, Diashombe, in the Dosidoyat, Eohata Dosli, had no Besun Kitchen Holga, I hate Ola, but the never Washington, Yego, Belacanic, a sheer red tape at Nisem, a ladder Bakina stones, the Chigo, the Asiban Hontagi, it has Satona Chihoda Nis, hate Ola Juk Adea Nakina Hede Hadzi. Die hot oy kahedo bigatoledi hajo het ola de nebenan abes anigi yego edes not skisa na hat na di peso chios ido hajo yego na hat ato ay yesit de nebin da hoit nanigi hat nanigi eshin hot hoje de nebe Washington peso en kayke des ingi Sean McCabe lange ye yo hot nito les aroshi halada haida do chehel on do sahot o peso nado di de do nisha nanigi hot o skisa na hat nado les nanigi hadal yado be lansli askida dido hadal nahata pesmas an bedato nal sosle hoyahla betada shagi nahaz khanigera te ko hadeshijat in pesmas an yelan nada islehne kadedo hot ed kashedo hodo peso ya yikides ingi bekeho de Washington do bekeho ta innisto bekeho peso de zohigi abiga din nido go nasko holdos shi hoto don han dishikat na kinana khajenjuno peso chi de in no hoto be lansni dido khan honne tanne dishebini nach nastin zahakiso sa shin honanat oda nalsos khanal do nil hoto shish has anigi skinso na nadron le the neck beke bakade kedat enigi ayot skinso bakada yedo le huin zonshim hadel ya shin hoto a khe benini do haje jono kesen das nesh besmas an aro na has khanigi do shekhoje shishles anigi shibe yego be zilo nasko yikato le huin zon hadel ya. Last week, we promoted the Division of Children and Family Services School Clothing and School Supply Program in our weekly radio address. The Moedan, the Hodo, Pesman and Kitchuishla, the Hodoya, Le Shata Initiative Division of Children and Family Services, Amado, Jet, and Nosenigin, Hatchin, the Ahoyanda, the Bicado was an alt sos had a doslehanene, the Shiohanet, the Snabekeda, you, the Nehat, the Lado, Kade, but Latte, not sos had the Lagbin in a chicken, that is called Kashi, Beso Benet, Anigi, Alchinias, 8, the Bandahidon, Higi, 791, Hone Ladebi Habacado, was the Eshekat, Jono, not so stains, and Dobinache, Hodo, Chinias, not the Altaigi, 8 of Hodo, Nika, no, don't leave out the Altaigi, not so speak, El Chehedob, not Zoigida, that Egi Cardo was a Eshi Hoto, a Kahan, Kadini, the Hodo, Hada, Kisigido, Beninache, the never Washington, Aho Yanda, Dito, Beso, Jaded, Ato, Heda Bacado, was an enemy, skins of Hada, Hige, Kahan, Kadini, Hot Oido, Kated, that not leggy, Yat in Kadini, those they saw, Hot Onat Sos had a dot lagi. Arizona Congressman David Schweiker visited the Navajo Nation to experience life on the Navajo Nation. Dishe Hoja Hosto Hahazoja a year one de Washington no Sanatahagi David Schweiker was the Nebekea Baka and Khania. Kashmish Dobakero, the more Yazado, the more gone Hodin Khania, Ashehui de State Ola, the Ne Tunda Yehigido Tobichi, Nahot Igi, Ashi de Seto, Sha Webestish, Ash but sit in Linigi, Nast Benachego, Yisna Aj and Lee Round Rock the Jono Ada Tratona Yizido, but in a Chwadene, Keda hat Enigi, Yikael, what Ashehui de State Hot in the Washington, the Kinaz Kede, a year one Bessendash Nishigi, hot obis Nash Net or Noye. hoton jono hekin da hasne tuna yizido toda hadaist odo dat enigida desno da yada ehoda asi hot o de shol nizon yan se kes eshin hot o dik ad late at Washington des sos het ola de tol khadel dot ahos do ha zo enigi atiba na hat enigi di hedel in le hot eden kadeshin din nana khag aho yanda ilata do slet kuin zo hot o jonon khania David Schweiker adot la shihodo se zenigi no di tenebe Washington khizar ben khandaso paigi ebin la chodet kehi ashtlatin ha hot zo ba kaut atiketa hanit enigi eshil bahos noda in kelna hasna hoto let order da nat ani dan lenigi an khanda ha khado di apidens ondo apida sata thonde yewe ya khodan zino eshi yat etoli no eshi hoto hanen kichi hislarul aro lo khabidi ni do khana neshigi Washington de timbanali will Washington aj shata in neshigi. Major projects I'm working on. The Department of Emergency Management is installing free smoke alarms in partnerships with the American Red Cross. Community members can sign up using a link on posters located in chapter houses. A Department of Emergency Management aje khojashada anishigi in khawada khawanone sandaz ahle le sedda to khoda di sagoda khada chahigi jan le khoda hoda tandaz ahle eshebin lash nebeke bakaus hawan do bin daz neligi bin nacha aho yanda khawan di sagoda satdeneda ashkhoshe aho yanda san le khanne ben khilna hon ne amasan le ben up at the basigi san le ses go yi khando aje na beninach asho astaya no yen khilnasne dishe hojonle American Red Cross bisindel nisho hot o shahat la hadle shilto shadot alta no so 928-871-6892 honda hodosne eshin hot on le hawanon en das neligi aho yanda haida dil tlagoda hado chagi na hawanon en dot hot o abahazin aho yanda ejel khoshoda nahodl dosil eshin hot o nakhansi kesote eshin honda hodosle 928-871-6892 the 1,000 Home Initiative is making big progress this 2025 new year with more homes being delivered from Homes Direct. Dishe ojonle asla da mil hawan do nilachet ora hatno behoda aneda na kina khayenda dishe enle sa hawanda tsiso da cheda do nilto hawanda da eskale anda do nilto le ult khato zeil in besendas anigi la hawanda do nilgi adorto anhe de nebe Washington hawanda nilgi asla da mil biga bedanil anso hot obeda dit anigi kad anschago kapeta inischen le sa aita hawanna tsinzigi landa hesilni kashi sta khare nezet tinda asla tins atta 314 honela hawan sa bekada ilyadon da hesilni eshin hoto le de nebeke bakaun jono de ne bebaka do was hodoye sheshislat anigido bespas anda da ni tlenigi pinda hoit nasko yeset de ne hawan den zinigi baka di chahno dati beta inish hoto shiba hoda no sindo eshin sata ashin anin da so zinigi anda da peso da halonigi do tha nas nibin das anigi do shida shilin da has go da hodosne aho yanda da peso chinal dot alton aho yanda nishiaita da nal so slat nil so that banan kha hoto Division of Community Development agentlo hoto bada inishto Navajo Hopi Land Commission aro Housing Improvement Plan hoto le Division of Community Development agent bandan no kharo le dishi hoto Washington ashoye khana alwogi ebe da inish eben yasro yego Washington da khada tle dan khada zolon le kinal kede da peson kich hondeil asho tskilo be de nil nish khan sa kes dislat to peson kich inde do peso dan das cha do di do banda han do no she hora is be khandasti kha isheben ye to peso chi de nil idan naso don le Washington on ne hoy do belt ha joban sida kes di si yego peso chenta I khan to peso ya si beta hoye kanda holonda chi de nil o ya sho de ne del nis to de ne da hawan ba da hedet hoto junon nanishin tsagi da ti beta inish. New Navajo Nation Animal Control Officers sworn in to combat animal cruelty and abandonment. Dishi hojan le sayat dini le salau na tlonshidan lenigi kitades ingi yesid de nebeke baka bit the hoye di ashona ke yadilni Jennifer Johnson hat no do Nina Brady ishin hot on les na tlonshi besalau hat nenigi ashona ke benanit aj hot on le de nebeke baka you led shada don khada de jeto de chinda bedni khido de neda yatinda khado de bedo na tlonshidan lande set no da ben kil nahan nesle eshin hot o asho na ke benanit ajgi ban kil tahjo de hode shish anigi ben plan nahi lehigune bel kil na hasne yes khe di hat enigi sala na tloshin lenigi ke des ingi beter ni lenigi do sato ye kan da chato sata isla hayte deligi khe de shnoy ade jnoba yadelt ke deshin hot o shida ho yanda Chicago walto di hode hot enigi da do no enle beshin se kesigi bi da do ndfw.org org baka hoto ba da no ta to horo abo honne anit o zono shin ade so shi beslauda and da skagi ade lan khato gaslo na edekin ke no hot edel ebe horo honne sagi ati beda inishgi hot on kilnaushne to after the security incidents this fall, school safety has been a huge priority. NAVO DEM, in partnership with American Red Cross and School Safety Task Force, are offering a school safety emergency preparedness course for students. Deshe hojon le kushin de zreda at hit o ayo bahat sido hanet that this Sunday ult khab an hin ke ke ba kaud al chinier kheda hal endo biga hat ha ke no da hajo da ult khag on yat eho dan sida ke sto khalet all bin na hot egi noye le yes Department of Emergency Management shayin dal nishigi di al chinier hit ola al cheda dol ni aho yanda hona hot za hala hot ni to hagula de shalto ha iland de stin ha ila tsin lo de shkol nenegi eye ndi o de shin aita sa nelchinal kirigi salche de ila asna khatin da haljin donle this din doba ashla da haljin hunzago le prepare with Pedro no benatandal kiro binach da hol agin shin hot on le at en de nebeke baka but hot od nila da benatlo hot o da hodos ach no hot o da inish aro nan di de khodohnen ke jin sai ba nan neshtrata no so DEM which hodos Navajo DEM 928-871-6892 just the hodos Nanagi meet and greets Hanoi. First Lady and I attended Apache County Supervisor Elton Joe Shepard's swearing-in ceremony in Ganado. Dishe horon le yata ini le Ganado de kushis kanda adanashan Supervisor Elton Joe Shepard yanadil nishi hones nanagi binach aje not an inabadi yado ade tahon shlonde adashi daso jegi do das torigi don jono jianda da do yunat ani de kuideshi dahas kredovin nache a hehuin zen binach jono elche hadetzi dishi hoje Elton Joe Shepard with yanagishi as yego salaun line don le alada o de na nishadat enigi ke dest igi ho inde aroslo Ganado Fireboard do sebina khebesh mas an lioda eshi hoto edes neogo yina neshigi yata dinige he eshi hoto jono tin ben nada dil neshton le zilgab khahot zojen jono alkel na han neshtole khanenigi aroslo le tha the mos le that only kinan Dr. Joe Shirley Jr. so ajo yata dinine December 4th eso ara athon shlonde Aroslo Ada, Beshon Shonda Supervisor Shepard, yet that they need to First Lady, Aroslo Kade, Apache County Attorney, Besli Nash Enigi, Eshin Az, a Late, Radit Ahe, Yan Linley, Zilkamp, Kahot Soja, Hoto, a Kahonit Londe, Asiba Hehuin Zintlo, Besli Nash Enigi, Nan Listen Schagi, Badet, Dishi Inley, Zilkamp, Kahot Soja, do the Nebeke of Kaigi. Asiego radit yan lido le hoto bkhata hot sogi ayo ba hehuin zen an hin hit net to ha hoto de ne ke hodini to hoto kadit be de net an kade radit yan lekat zelga ba hot sogi eshi hoto so jono First Lady do Apache County she bitin dish ne she hoto jono nasko hodeshi yat ani ten jo yiset ne de ho ke da hat enigi bidin na she delno de ne ka na di chahuin zo yata di niche na hol jis Upcoming events. Mark your calendar for the second annual People's State of the Navajo Nation Address on Tuesday, January 14th at Gray Hills Academy High School in Tuba City. The Mona Aslingo. January 14, Tuesday, Grey Hills Academy High School Tunanis Deside Aro Hananas Zi Hanen Sagin Hitch Hunanashle Ishiait in Atlana Hijin Junolchita Ilya Dodi Atlana Hijin Haila Nanishel another deal Netigi Ehoto Hanen Kitchen Hodeshi Ishi Atla Kail Kij Hanen Kitchen Hodeshi out end at the art end a largest Chandaz Neshgi dot the Quigo Shibet in the Has Anigi Hanen Kitchen Hode do Lich Edal dots in Stobin in Nachida Aho Yanda Edahuitos hot o hanne yes nipe da eneshgi hanneshi ede baya del tkedol aro are khata no slonshilo chiyan da hollor honen net sin juno nek echda senda dit atole hot ora yat eho da no slorole eshin khahedo ka Tuesday January 14 the people state of the Navajo Nation hot on jonon kenahe de zere bakai da do soda tuba city de khahedo ka hot o yes yegon sagon khada eneshgi don khanash neshgi nakedin sino hot o bedal nitole Tuesday January 14 Grey Hills Academy High School khahedo ka le 8 o'clock goshin haljish Horoya hehe nana dole horo the Nebanon Dr. Nygren and Kikinada Hotlo Yat Eon Kisna Hol Gestoles Anot in the Harish had a so Kizigim Shishin Loy Horohanen Kitchen she had a mona outlet Logone Dada Hosgado Joski that not in do Yat Ehos Yadaki do yo sad beda not odo horo and Hans he kesot and the Neba Washington do Hagone do the mona asli the modo Tijigoneshinan dole Hagone Yat
Oh, Adi, yat shukwasene, doshidine. My name is Tony Skralanis. Todich Indian Shlento, Trachini, do Lithuanian, Epashishin, Tlizlanda Shiche, and I come from the place called Big Mountain up on Black Mesa called the Kushini Hills. I was last week. I'll start off by talking about. I went to visit Whitehorse Lake chapter, and I thought there was a lake, but it just kept going and going and going, and it's way out, very near Chaco Canyon. But I went out there to do a report to the chapter. They wanted the chapter officials. They asked me to come out, and it was their Christmas dinner, and so I was really excited, and I drove out there, and once I got there, I figured out why. Yeah, because tudo sunny day la lila to the neck at the yatla do ice ninant ayah President Nygren hajo yadalket o hajo allen hiltanle akot ela hot hasid ne alkena yana hallo and hajo alkil waskudo sani biltan leto jono alkilta halle do jono yadalke hot hasid ko kodo ba hinizi, and I told him I said, one of the things that I was raised by my great grandparents, and I had a lot of my grandpas and grandmothers in my life, and when I would go visit them, like at sheep camp or at a family event, they would be really excited to. They always would gather around and really want to hear what's going on in our nation or in our world, and I was telling the elders this is that I want to speak to you in the same manner as that, and so I went through a list of things, and there's because they're very rural, yeah. There's not a lot going out there. It's a long ways out there. But my observations is, and I did a little research. There is some opportunities out there, and one of the things that they highlighted was there was a desire for like a grocery store, groceries, hard goods, things like hay, um, and they were telling me about some of the challenges that they have encountered over the years with trading posts, and they were telling me that the trading there was used to be a store there, but it too many people took on credit, and a lot of people just wouldn't pay back, and the store went out of business. Um, and part of the challenge too is when somebody starts a store is on weekends everybody goes to Gallup. So we really talked about different ways, and what I committed to them was um, that we would help them. That there is a way to do a grocery store, and I've done some research on different ways to do that, and it's not just the way that we've done it on Navajo for a long time is the big shopping center with 20,000, 30,000 square foot grocery store, and that's really the been the model for a long time. But in today's age, we have to be nimble. One is that the challenge with this is that the grocery stores, a lot of them are consolidating, even bashes. We almost actually almost lost bashes during the COVID crisis because they were having a hard time with getting their groceries, their supplies. The price of pretty much everything went higher, and some things couldn't even be provided. So I was telling them this, and that there are in that there a lot of communities are looking at solutions, and one of them I was talking to them, I was like, there's a maybe there's a co-op that could be established where you have like somebody that's an entrepreneur that partners with a nonprofit that partners with a couple of other organizations, other folks. The other idea is like a nonprofit type of a grocery store, because it's really expensive to start a store. Even if you do it in like an existing building, it's just the requirements to get into the store is pretty substantial. So there's a couple of ways to address that, and in these areas, the market studies are going to show that it's really not, the markets aren't there. So that's where you have to be innovative and creative. And I was telling them that one of the there's a similar place I'm working with called Rocky Ridge. And they used to have a trading post there. The trading post is really dilapidated, so we're trying to figure out what to how to replace that. And so one of the things that we're looking at is, you've all heard the story about Zini Homes, the manufacturing place that's gotten going there at Page, near Page Lechi'i, on the former power plant, NGS, and they're making like 900 to 2,000 square foot configurations. And one of the things that we've initiated is got a discussion with Zini's, like, what if we could do a trading post using something like that, and we maybe stack it, and we build a deck, and we design it in a way where it's a smaller store, but it's a lot. The idea is making it affordable. The regular businesses, even like a gas station, that you see all these gas stations with convenience stores. Those are millions of dollars to get in with the infrastructure. It takes years and years. We got to come up with a better solution that's more of doable in the short term. And so that's really the model that I've been talking about. Is I would like to see us get into a grocery business, being really creative in ownership structure, and then the building setup is try to keep it under like $2 million. And so I think these are some of the solutions that we want to explore, and we are looking at in Rocky Ridge's case, that kind of solution. But so they were very excited about that. They really they were telling me that their governance is really challenged. They really would like to get LGA certified, they would like to do an economic plan. And so a lot of these communities, they struggle with that. And I also talked about tourism because this White Horse Lake is like 10 miles from Chaco Canyon, and it's way out there. But man, I was telling them that if you could market that, if we develop some products, maybe some Airbnbs, some caterers for the Airbnb, somebody to do the cleaning. There's ways to develop in a small market, and so that's really what. And then looking at their strengths, what are things that they can do. Um, they do have water, they do have power, they have a highway. One of the challenges of the area there was really no internet, so I was kind of in a black zone, or what do you call that when you're in a place where there's no access, and so it was like that. But I just wanted to give you a highlight of that of this experience, and a lot of our work is with one-on-one with the community like this, but also we also are working with, and I was updating our chief of staff this morning that a lot of our businesses are facing struggles. During COVID, there was a lot of influx of dollars, but post COVID, a lot of those dollars have been spent, and so and grocery prices have gone up, and so we're talking about this morning is that we really have to help our entrepreneurs, and a lot of my work is meeting with entrepreneurs. Last week we met with a business out of Chin Lee, and they were really, really challenged, but I feel like we've come up with a solution. It'll keep like a business going with 30 jobs, really, again, a provider of groceries, a provider of food. So those are some of the things that we have to really focus on is the small business. Today, my team was meeting with one of the restaurants on Navajo, again, struggling, they've gotten COVID help. They've gotten they've gotten different types of financing, but again, it's just the customers aren't there. They don't want to charge too high, so they're really challenged. And so I asked my staff to really help come up with a solution. And I'm not naming the businesses because I want to protect their business, but a lot of our businesses are going through challenges, but then there's a lot of businesses that are going into growth mode too. And so that's where we've been working with like Change Labs. We're about to launch this SSBCI program, the Navajo Small Business Credit Initiative, which will really be a source of financing for many business owners. And I mean, nonprofits, business owners that you can borrow when this is fully launched, pretty much all the dollars you need to grow your business, So that's something that I really wanted to highlight today is that we're looking at, and we've been, our first launch is through Change Labs, and our second launch will be through several banks that the division is working with. But you'll have to apply similar to a bank. You have to get qualified, but businesses can borrow substantially to grow their businesses. So this will be a really helpful program. And so I just really wanted to highlight that, and I want to say Happy New Year to you. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a highlight of some of my work in the community today. You all have a good day.
Oh yeah,
Ja, is ik edo dan kadoi hashin so is little nada hadil say Thomas Cody once yeah. Has got zon slent is on but just chain do na kadine that's a chain my discussion that's another. Could you the Navajo Division for Children and Family Services no ARG a large a shut out nisho a cadena kinaha ko ein hago ba hensen here the end of Teg é dú sin ceismas sá sin dó nahéid alia á dó ní é na kis canna sin na chin nádacha dúna go 2025 nó i bís da nádí chuige sin nó chi náda dínis á dó si áskiffen déine seo é jaat é zo ka néid go wat a é chodó se nan hos kantó leis a dó da hús ago chethe a dé den das netó chu de hohot cadó was éidir da é na zunna go a osá an chi doch ná hit a hosne. Na kunna ben his hodeshnik a financial assistant in the president yaholne school clothing besa asen banda yo nilni hita nido e da osa hia e do kunna e chisbe besa do such community services block grant that they no e atinde de beso Washington de coach the note da hiki papa coach aber ha ni de sin coin ben his na da hwil net do les crab beso asas ne de crab banda yo nil dan hit no do ni do do president ye his na do nes do beso pa haloniki e ya do e chaid a becé chatí ha burial assistant bedí na é besot a ba hallo é chun há a sí ísint an sa chinne é ádó é ná tos na chanda í níl a có édó tagaá zanna ben yendach chedó le Tuba City da a funeral home don chanda é níl ja é chotá é do gas money da hat a dó na chajachat a den le ádó anna alla sida éidir mé cáda é go dó be landa í le é chun be ní cha anéide. Ádó chunna é preserving Navajo families, but it no é ben déil na sé go é an níden le Fort McDowell de é chute is hí nó peyote ádó Native American Church ne é áden cha sin bata ilia la anchahes chedó TPs ní le áde tá da hadúin ádó sinda dat dí ádó youth day sin bit dít hití nadít na ádó dít zé dít ádó dít zé be ehodil í dó chud zo é just íle nó é ad é tníd é daltio é ban si go eincha go chethe ad Ruben Jim do begil náni é gon hé chaú adó me cielo hairs do ad Phoenix de ke hat ad incha de hos Fort McDowell Indian Reservation do je bet hat ke a ché hassen ad beke be kapge ban si kre. Na chun é dí Navajo Nation Blessing Ceremonies hol sí ben hit na has an Italia cadé a cédi gé blessing ceremony é sin cadé a ná an leto letí cad chazadí cho chodó le adó dí hat chalín linnigí há a chidót istó hel íla dí ádó helét an hí cadó é ná a díl níl é chohot é I marcho sé ilia hotá a ná a díl níl a chu hat chalín nó linnigí dhé an hí ná hagé chethe. Our churches are called on the legal the gab is that Atlantic air yegon he can not ha con his citizen that it's don he yin that it's a con be kissing daily nish do what also the teachings chineba but yet do mother is and lineage yet con pastors dan lineage con ha shin go in ha ka not ja quite hot inna do quite hot to the Zinflata no echo and Hayan Daz and the Chico Abit and Trago Haha a hot ID preserving Navajo families, but it nequa. These genet are not a deal in the stroke of the oil discars and the these genet it is enough dog a other cat meeting the banata as this or the activities by nada de quite nada deal the store president or when has job from that nation lady the nehana the kid had niki a yego but stuff in that nation is not a to en he yego a what that is although these based on dan dehigil the child care development fund ben hit na hasne ajil a pesos nil shish nalba hashiado shish tokeba hashiado na singo just had a do child care center koi an hinich zad baby to yast hidole an hinich al baby to yast hido na not hindo let ni hinda sinda there's yin bizarre that bit fit day not cut or less adult. This is that a or that but so that doesn't go a not gonna hat that has a lato a dish was a chin and the heke to a quite base of banana to bananas nilo at the child care development fund as little although Department of Self-Reliance with it next to RGA the chin na I dashed but chin longer na I dashed hansen go a ba hot that the lient that I do that is in a bit on the shit the CDL that you the hot RGA to had to has a Department of Self-Reliance Office go na chin that go ya it or let go ages to base of Bassan do a céad si a chodí negétí a cóta chuis ágó níd bahanna áhaat a le as lí éagsta éadta a beta é áden sa das a có é le a gonte inex édan chi ganní a chunne leho ja at eto le chut die city da has tra da nes nadan hi nakako jo ebe yeji ba de shde nos bin just is either da e boil just I ho ji jo chut at he da beta is da dat die tra da ni na ka jo is e na ho de e be ho le do an le bashes they the hallo da do an le bashes they e be hallo da an dat is dat hier rande bira chut a chande na garden started das bas dat ne ko in stu a ko dat doch a do e ko ba da has ja le da je go da das lo e ko na chan da in ní do lefty cucumbers, zucchinis, the watermelons, da na da ko the naban da han ní landin the ne do chutí lís é ben hit hat this sto na sin ben dan notkin dit has jo a le just hot ha this hot cho ik en se da jaarle hat ninnig jo a ko na sin be dat as in late chapter meeting, chapter de young lay president cut the other no sin the other cut the hot sun the door the chapter the hot beso that then do beso not that art has on lay Washington the beso that then the hot that a ko an he ik en del zlayat eshik edos the nako a ha do yego da has ja so that zin na chail sin bit cha adon da not chin do bari ye go da hasliado jo tri del tio ya do ne go ho cho be tri del do se zesto de sun not la be ha at de da sni lan de chi and da hot se si tri hom la sí dat just sin an dalta go dé sinné snáné cató le go chethe sé céadú se duna chunsa go éilcin de hasíilne do le. Thank you.
Sweet, beautiful you. Don't you know that I love you? Don't you know that I want you? Hey, every day. Sweet, beautiful you. Oh, my baby, you're the one I like to share this dance with. To the bitter end. I don't know why you get so mad and jealous sometimes. It took me a lifetime just to find you, babe. Well, I searched this world high and low till I found you, and now you're mine, sweet baby. Oh, can't you see? Sweet, beautiful you. Don't you know that I love you? Don't you know that I want you? Hey, every day. A sweet, beautiful you. Oh, my baby, you're the one now I like to share this dance with. To the bitter end. You're my dream come true, my fantasy, the wish I've wanted for all time, my perfect day. You're my beautiful night. You're the smile on my face, the tears in my eyes, the ache in my heart, every breath I take for it. Oh, baby, I'm yours. Sweet, beautiful you. Don't you know that I love you? Don't you know that I